how to not care what other people think about you. It's a truly, truly deep-seated wound that almost all of us carry. But the more we care about what other people think about us, the smaller we are energetically, the more stress we carry within our nervous system, because we're constantly on the search for approval outside of ourselves. The harder it gets to literally live the life we truly want to live, at least an empowered life, where we're going to actually enjoy being ourselves and actually like ourselves and not have to abandon ourselves all the time, which is what we do when we seek approval. So when you are present, when you're in your body and when you're present, you are naturally confident. You don't need to do a whole bunch of work in order to experience confidence. You can experience confidence in your own home in 5 minutes by bringing your felt sense awareness into your body, calming your nervous system down, and realizing that confidence is actually a state of being that we all have access to, and we had access to when we were kids, by coming out of the head and being present and in our body. Yet we haven't been taught that. So how on earth could we know that there's anything different than that? So you can maybe sit at home and get to that level of confidence on your own, and that would be great. That's great if you can do that, but you're not going to carve out the life you want to carve out in the safety of your own home. You want to be able to bring that level of safety to the outside world, to business, to relationships, to friendships, to sex, to all of it. And then that allows you to create what you want. The reason you're not creating what you want is because when you step out into the world to do those things, or maybe you're not even doing that, you're just imagining stepping out in the world and doing those things, and that brings up these really uncomfortable emotions in you, and so that keeps you in spirals of procrastination, of chasing habits and addictions. So you don't have to feel those heavy emotions that come up when you actually start to create the life you want. But just notice how, in imagining yourself doing the things that you're avoiding, you feel bad. So why is that then? Why is it that your unconscious mind sends out the heavier emotions that makes you avoid doing the things that you want to do when you're not even doing them, when you're just imagining doing them? Well, it's been taught for many thousands of years that your unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a real event and a perceived event. And this is why you can imagine yourself doing something that you're afraid of, and you can experience the heavier emotions of fear, or you feel the stress and the adrenaline and cortisol can be ignited within your body because your unconscious mind thinks that you're actually doing that thing. Your unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a real or an imagined event. So you imagine yourself doing something scary, you feel the fear. Right, and that essentially is you manifesting not doing the things you want to do. So you're already manifesting, you're already creating your life, you're just creating a life you don't want to live because on some level you're afraid of the life that you do want to live. And that's the trap that most people fall into. They don't realise that they're like, oh, I need to start manifesting. It's like, no, you're already manifesting. You're manifesting from your imagination. You're creating you're imagining the reality that you want, and then it's coming up with all these heavy emotions and you don't want to feel them, so you avoid it, and then you go back to distraction and you go back to procrastination, and then you're just stuck in that loop essentially. So can you see how embodying confidence is the tool that you need to actually live the life you want? Like, imagine sitting across a woman on a date in a nice restaurant, and you're not trying to figure out what you need to say or do to try and get her to like you. You're not even thinking, does she like me? It doesn't even come across to it doesn't even show in your awareness. Instead, you're just enjoying the present moment. You're feeling your body, you're naturally grounded, and you're looking at her in the eyes and enjoying her energy and appreciating this woman that's sat before you. You may not even know whether you want to take things further, but that's totally irrelevant. You're just enjoying her and being in the moment and allowing the moment to take you both to wherever it is you need to get to within your relational container with her, whether that's just saying goodbye at the end of a nice evening or ending up getting married together, right? All of that's possible when you're embodying your confidence. When you are bringing consciousness into your body and you're feeling good about yourself, now you can do what you want. The whole world's available to you when you can embody your confidence, not just in the safety of your own house. How do you embody your confidence? A lot of consistent embodiment practices that's essentially going to draw that energy out of your head and into your body and bringing that out into the world. So great, you can do it at home. Now try do it on the streets when you're walking through town. Now maybe try doing it when you're hanging out with friends or family or when you're on a date. And when you struggle with it and you fail and you're not able to access that and you go back to the patterns of inauthenticity and insecurity, you just acknowledge that, and then you pick yourself back up and you carry back on. It's really that simple, and you just don't give up. At times when you do give up, let yourself give up, and then don't, and then you brush yourself off, and then you carry on again, and you just keep going and going and going. And then eventually you're able to embody confidence in areas of life that brought up so much insecurity. And now you have a new reality from which to enjoy. Your reality that you currently live right now is basically dictated by the state of your nervous system. Everything that you feel calm in and enjoy, that's your reality. They're the things you do without thinking. And then there's a whole heap of shit that you could be doing that you're not, because when you go to it, your nervous system goes into a state of stress. So that's your comfort zone. So in order for you to start accessing the things that are currently outside of your comfort zone, you have to venture out into them. But you do it with the awareness that you're stepping out to bring safety to those areas where you feel unsafe. And you do that by seeing that your energy is up in your head and then drawing the awareness down into your body where you become more grounded. And I'll tell you why this is so important, guys. This is a really, really important message. Your unconscious mind is constantly, every second of every day, is asking itself, am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe? At all times, am I safe? And if it believes you're unsafe, it will send out fear, cortisol, adrenaline, survival emotions to get you to avoid that because it thinks you are unsafe. And when it thinks you're safe, it's going to send out the lighter emotions in order for you to maintain staying in that area, because it wants you to be safe at all times. So you feel good when you're safe and you feel bad when you don't, when your unconscious mind thinks that you're unsafe. Now, I wish I could remember why exactly it is that I'm saying that, but I just can't. And this is the perfect example of how habits and addictions can really cloud our clarity of mind. Because over Christmas and New Year I started eating sugar again, I started drinking, I wasn't doing my meditations, I was getting caught up in my head, and then this is like, I've recorded this, tried to record these videos all day, and I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna let that stop me from posting this video though, because it's a great example, and I hope that you can see that maybe if I just keep talking bullshit, then I'll remember what it is I was saying. Confidence, your unconscious mind is constantly searching for whether you're safe or not. So yeah, when you step out of your comfort zone into that area where your nervous system goes into a state of fear, your unconscious essentially is going to send out the signals to stop you experiencing that. And now your unconscious is saying it's unsafe. That's where you have to then communicate to your unconscious that you're safe by doing embodiment practices and grounding your energy. Because if you can remain grounded in areas of life you currently are ungrounded, remember your unconscious ungrounds you because it's afraid. So you feel ungrounded in a certain situation, and then you bring energy down into your body, you will communicate to your unconscious that you're now safe. You do that enough times, your unconscious now sees that experience as safe, and now you're free to enjoy that new reality. That's how you change your reality. That's how you do the things that you want to be doing. That's how you raise your consciousness. That's how you start feeling more confident in your body. It's by doing the things you don't want to do, and when the fear and the stress comes up, you regulate yourself back to safety. You see that you're not dictated by the world, that you get to choose how you live your life, and you get to choose how you do things. How can that not make you confident? Follow for more.